Yo, another video, 2 videos one day, because why not? I can do what I want. Uh, Another thing I saw is when a version of you ends, the connections to it also ends. The connection to that version of you ends. So when a version of you ends, if you used to party and smoke and drink with your friends all the time, and you stop doing that, the people connected to you that are still doing that, the connections to it are gonna end. Like if if you're 21 years old, but you hang out with a bunch of like 20, 19, 18-year olds, whatever, they're all your friends in college or whatever, and they use you for alcohol, they're like, hey, can you get this alcohol? Can you get this alcohol? And they give you money and stuff, and you stop drinking, they're going to stop talking to you. They're going to stop hanging out with you because you're their connection for their own gain. So when you stop giving them what they need or giving them what they think they need and what they want, they're going to stop using you and they're going to stop being friends with you because they're using you for one thing and one thing only, and it's their gain. So when you stop giving into their gain, it's going to just completely diminish the relationship that you have with that person. And so when that version of you ends, the connections to it will also end. And this can go with anything. Like if any of you guys watch and play sports, if you were in football season, right? You're in football season and then football season's over, I guarantee a lot of those people you talked to when you were like this in football, a lot of people that you were like this in football with, you're not going to be as close with because that version of you isn't going right now. So the connections tied to it will also not be there. If you work at a job, let's say you work in fast food, I worked at Chipotle. When I worked at Chipotle, I was like this with all those people. We're like, I feel like we're good friends. I'm like, dang, like I can hang out with this person on a random Tuesday night and it'd be chill. But then when I stopped working there, I ain't talked to those people in forever. So it's like when that version of you ends and you stop going to those places, stop doing those things that you did with those people, so those people will stop talking to you. Those connections that you have into that industry, into that job, into that hobby, and whatever you do, it's gonna stop too. Like those connections will not keep progressing and going into better things when you stop giving people the gain that they want from you or the gain that they get from you. And it can literally go with so many things. I like to tie it to a lot of things that, like I don't like to do though, like smoking and drinking. I like to tie it to that because, like, I know I used to have friends, and when I was like, bro, nah, they stopped talking to me, and it's like they're just with you for their gain and their interests. So when your interests change, they're not with you anymore. They're not your boy anymore. They're not your friend. When you stop doing the things that give them the gain that they want, and when you stop giving them what they want from you, it'll stop. And sadly, and it can happen in relationships. If you stop giving up what somebody wants from you in a relationship, they're going to leave you. They're not going to be with you anymore because the prize or the thing that they gained from you isn't there. Whether it's a friendship, whether in some cases, like not good cases, it's like sexual things that it can end a relationship. If you stop giving up sexual things, people won't want to be with you anymore. And it's just like when that version of you dies, connections will die, won't be there. They're going to diminish, and you're going to be like, dang, like I thought we were really good friends. And you're going to realize the people that are kind of around you aren't who you think they are. And that's going to maybe benefit you in a way because you're going to sit there and realize, like, dang, like this is how it was. This is how it was the whole time. And you're going to learn from that, and you're going to progress other relationships because you're going to start seeing those things in other relationships where you're like, dang, like this person was just like this too. But let's see if I stop doing this for a week. Let's see if I'm like, oh, I want to quit this. I want to not do this. I don't want to party. Let's see how they react. Because if they get mad at you and they're like, bro, like, come on, do this, blah, 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 and they take that gain away from you, this person is about to hit me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Uh, if they take that gain away, if you take that gain away, then they could stop and just be like, bro, like, I'm not hanging out with you. And it's sad and it's unfortunate, but it's the reality. When you cut that version off, and I think all of you watching, if you're still watching right now, I think you know what that version of yourself is that you could cut off and lose a lot of people. And at the end of the day, man, you can't stay doing things just because people like you or people want you to do those things. You gotta cut that. You gotta cut that version off. You know exactly what version I'm talking about, and you gotta cut it off because you just know. You know. I know. You know. We both know we're watching. I'm speaking. You're watching. But you gotta cut that version out, man. And I promise you, life's gonna get better because those connections aren't gonna be there anymore, and it's gonna take away so much stress and so much impact, or the thought of you thought you had a big impact on these people, but you really didn't, and that's gonna really set in. You're gonna be like, damn, like I thought I really had this with this person, but you didn't. You know. Ooh, I'm trying to park right now. I'm gonna catch y'all later.